Hi everyone. Good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah, I
Hi.
can hear now.
Yeah, I've just started. That's why.
Okay. I
How are
thought this
you?
already started. Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Rajni?
Good. How is
Good.
everyone? Um, just quickly say hi to me.
Hi.
Good afternoon,
Good
everyone. Hi.
afternoon, doctor.
Hi. Good to see you all.
Hello, doctor.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi,
Hello.
Doc. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm still admitting people in. We can chat for a couple of minutes. This is also live on YouTube. So in case you have to be in and out or you need to share it with friends, you can. So all I request is you guys keep your ambient noise to the minimum so that we can do this session well without distractions. Okay. So good to see you all. There are a lot of familiar faces. I see a lot of people I know. Some of you have attended a lot of my sessions. Hi, Anil. Hi, Anand. Good to see you. Hi,
Hi.
Arzan.
Hi,
Hi.
Rajni.
Hi,
Good
Doc.
afternoon.
Hi, dog. Good morning.
Hello. So TMM का जोश चालू है ना? 1 week to go.
Can't say
Yeah.
1 week now. 6 days to go.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Exact.
The last one is over.
Yeah, of course. You need to chill now 1 week.
Yeah.
Acha, great.
Yes.
Good. Let's get started before without delaying any further. So there are a lot more who have registered, but I think we'll go ahead and start. Some of you are new here. Those of you who are new here, say new in the chat for me. So I know that actually I'm seeing a lot of familiar names and faces today. But if you're new here, meaning you've never attended a workshop of mine, you don't know who I am, then please say new. Okay, there are quite a few newbies here. Quite a few newbies. Okay, all right. So for the new people, just a quick introduction about myself. I'm Dr. Rajni Patil. I'm a spine and sports physio. I have been practicing for the past 22 years. My initial 10 years were in the US, after which I have been practicing in Mumbai. My company is called Ortho Sports Physiotherapy. I'm the founder, and my clinic is located in Shivaji Park, Mumbai. Okay, so anybody out of Mumbai, from out of Mumbai joining here? Tell me where you're from.
From Pune.
Pune. Put it in the chat. Who all are not from Mumbai? Pune, Bhiwandi, Bangalore. Acha.
I'm from Vadodara.
Vadodara. Acha, I was just in Vadodara.
Hey, Bharti. I know some.
I'm from Vadodara to Hi, sir. Rajni.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, great. Oh, from Nasik. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so before I start, I do have a presentation as always. So I was telling you about the people who don't know me or don't know what I do. I am a physiotherapist. I'm focused very much on prevention. We manage all kinds of injuries. Running is the sport that I love. So running, cycling, these are the sports that I usually love treating. I create courses. I do a lot of workshops for these people. If you're one of them, then you know this. But I also do a lot in the prevention space. So today's workshop is about prevention because I feel that if your core is strong, and we'll talk about the myths that core the word core brings with it. So if your core is strong, a lot of knee pain, back pain, neck pain, everything can be prevented. And I'm a strong believer in the core, but I find that in all these years, I have yet to come across somebody who has trained their core properly, systematically. And this is why, and even though people think that they are working on the core, it's not necessarily the right way. And because of this, injuries happen. So that's why it's a pet topic. Some of you who know me, tell me what my pet topics are. This is general knowledge. You can put it in
Well,
the chat.
the pet one, Rajni, is foam rolling. We can't forget that. She's
Yes,
been there
yes.
for a while, but I think Rajni, just to be sharing something about you for those who don't know, and we know you for a while, is that
Yeah.
yes, you've been party to getting so many of us up and running, despite all our other problems, injuries, age related, anything that goes. So thanks for all that. You
Of
helped
course.
us through. That's why we're
Thank
standing and running today. And I'm not saying this because you paid me to say so.
Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you for saying that. It really makes my day. Yeah, so like I said, I feel like somebody told me that you are the queen of foam rolling. So I will take that title. I don't mind that title. But I do think that the foam roller is something that can transform your life. In fact, I'm putting together a longer series, maybe even a book about foam rolling. So I'm always surrounded by foam rollers. This one is my favorite one, as you know. So yes, so foam rolling is my favorite topic to talk about, and even in core, I will go so far foam rolling somewhere. Okay, but tell me the other few pet topics that I have.
Gait
What else?
analysis.
Gait analysis, yes. And by gait analysis, I mean shoes. So finding the right shoes, and I have a lot of content on that as well. But coming back to topic, let's talk about the core. What do you understand by the core? I want to hear from you guys. I want to make this as interactive as possible. Ask me any questions as you have. Let's make it like a Q&A rather than me just giving you gyan. I do have some gyan for you, so you will not escape that, but let's make it interactive if possible, yeah? So tell me what you understand by the core, and what are your couple of go-to core exercises? Oh my God. Somebody said I love crunches. You're being sarcastic, I know, Prayag. Yes, it is my pet
No
peeve.
way. No way. No crunches
Yeah,
for
he's
you.
being sarcastic. He's being sarcastic. Yes, yes, I do hate crunches. Yeah, so tell me, put it in the chat, or you can just unmute and tell me what are your go-to core exercises and what you understand by core. What are you doing for your core right now? This is what I want to know from you before we even start the session. Planks,
Plank is one of them. Plank is one of them.
okay, like a regular plank, na, Anil?
Yeah, there are 2, 3 varieties. You can do it as long as you're able to hold it for a longer time.
Sure.
Should be a static. A proper form is very important.
Okay. Who else? Variations of plank, regular plank, abs, burpees. Okay. Anybody else?
Mountain climber.
Planks, leg raises, clamshells. Prayag, thank you for saying clamshells.
Yeah.
What else? Cross crunches. Okay. So any type of crunches are out. If I don't like crunches, then any variations of crunches are out. Swimming, Surya Namaskar, boat. Okay, now some variations are coming. Good, good, good. What else? Good. Okay, I think that's good enough. So see how repetitive it was. So when people think core, they only can think of maybe 5 or 6 exercises, right? Russian twist, Rahul, okay. But what if I told you that the core, the way I teach it, in one muscle group, there are about 20 to 30 exercises for each one small muscle of the core. Now, how many muscles in the core? Again, GK. How many muscles? Srinivas, you attended my session before. You're not allowed to answer.
So more than 30.
That's correct. So yes, there are a lot of muscles that are involved. You saw my video 28 to 35. Yes, correct. Anushka, yes. So this again comes as an eye opener for somebody who thinks of the core as only two muscles, abdominal muscles or glute muscles, correct? This is what most people think. What people don't realize or don't know is that your core is made up of 35 up to 35 muscles. Now, each of these muscles need to be trained separately and also together. And this is a mistake that I find that people make. कि एक ही muscle को use होता है बार बार. And if you know the human body, our human body is extremely good at compensating. And by compensating, what do I mean? अगर समझो तुम्हारे glutes weak है और तुम glutes को कुछ कर नहीं रहे हो, abdominals पे ही कर रहे हो, that imbalance that you are causing by doing unilateral exercises, sorry, one-sided exercises, by that you are increasing the compensation. So what will happen? Your quadricep will start working extra hard. Your calf muscles will start working extra hard just to make up for the loss of the lack of glute strength. Okay, does that make sense? So so these are the exercises that you're doing right now, correct? So tell me what frequency you work on your core. How much all the exercises that you told me, kitna kar rahe ho? Once a week kar rahe ho, twice a week kar rahe ho, once a month kar rahe ho, kya kar rahe ho, kab kar rahe ho? Tell me. Put it in the chat. Four times a week, daily. That's awesome. Wow, people are saying daily. Do you do crunches daily? Once or twice a week. I hope you're not doing crunches daily. Weekly, thrice a week, twice a week, 5 times a week. Oh, okay, nice. So you guys are already working on your core, which is good. However, my problem is what are you doing for it, right? So let's talk about, let me open my PPT and then we'll go through some of the basic things and then you tell me whether you and I are on the same page or not as far as core is concerned, right? So let me open, and you'll have to tell me if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me try to do slideshow. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Whoever wants to gift me a laptop can. Just joking. Okay, so this is about me. I already told you a little bit. For people who are new, this is the name of my company. Orthosports Physiotherapy is my company. I have run it now for about 14 years or so. My practice as a physio is 22 years. And even in the US, I used to work primarily with a sports population. And I specialized in spine. So spine and sports is my specialization. That's what I love to treat. Of course, I will treat everything else, but this is something that I love to work with. Now, the myths around the core. These are the most common myths. People say, can you not see my screen as full? I can see my screen as full. Tell me.
Yes, we can.
We can.
Now, yes.
Take.
Yes.
Okay. So here are the myths. Myths are what? That your core, a lot of people are a little bit more evolved now, but there are still a lot of people who think that only the abdominal muscles. अगर core tight करने बोलते हो तो क्या करते हैं लोग? पेट अंदर ले लेते हैं. Am I right? Tell me if I'm right. Most people think that abdominal muscles is the core. Please put in the chat and think that this myth exists. Yes, most people think that. Even if you may not, there are a lot of people around you who think that abdominal muscles make up the core. Yes? Okay. Yeah, several yes coming. Yes, this is a huge myth. It exists even today. And hence comes the next myth, 6-packs. Who here has a 6-pack? Chat, put it in the chat. Anybody here has a 6-pack? If you have a six pack, say 6. Petty pack. Oh, Guru is saying 6. Guru, you will have to prove it to us. No. Okay. All right. Now, is this something that you aspire to or you want to aspire to? Having a six pack? Is that something that you want? Yes, Hemant? Yes, you want to be like Shah Rukh Khan from that movie. I don't know which movie, or John Abraham. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So the six pack also. Okay, I think that's enough. That's enough. Lot of comments coming. So six packs is, it exists. Okay, it's possible to get that. However, for you and I who are working, we have a job, and then we also work on our fitness, right? For us, it may or may not be a realistic goal. The problem with trying to get a six pack is that we have less time, so we are going to rush through the process, and we are going to do crunches because that's what most trainers will teach you to do, and hence you will end up injuring your lower back or your neck. Tell me if this has happened to you or somebody that you know. They started working on their core and they got a back injury or a neck injury. Tell me if this is true. I know lots of people like this. Okay, fitness चालू किया, core पे काम करना है. Yes, अभी चलो एंथू होके अभी बस 2023 आ गया है, अभी resolution बन चुका है, अभी अब करना है कुछ, right? And फटाफट crunches, one after the other, plank crunches. Back is gone for a toss, and sometimes these are irreversible changes that happen. Okay, disc prolapse happens primarily because of crunches, and neck, this pain. This happens because crunches are either done incorrectly or the balancing exercises have not been done. Okay, so crunches I'm completely against. Now, let's come to the third myth. Third myth is the crunch. Everybody loves crunches, and people think that this is the fastest way to getting to a good core, a strong core. It is true partly, but my problem with the crunches is that it works only on one muscle. Which is that muscle that crunches works on? Chalo, itna anatomy to you guys know.
Abdomen.
Rectus muscle. Rectus muscle.
Yeah, rectus. That's it. So even in abdominals, there are 3 muscles. Usme se rectus, one muscle out of how many? 35. आप एक मसल को खाली काम करते जा रहे हो और उसमें भी क्रंचेस कर रहे हो. Did you activate the rectus? Did you even activate the muscle before you started working on it? No. So what ends up happening? क्रंच आप कर रहे हो, लेकिन उसमें कौन सा मसल काम कर रहा है? रेक्टस तो कुछ कर नहीं रहा है. नेक मसल्स काम कर रहे हैं. Shoulders are working. Lower back is going in a strain. Hip flexors are working. Rectus is not doing anything. Abdominal is, the muscle that you want to work is also not working. Okay, so what did you end up doing? You ended up wasting your time, and you also put your neck and back at risk. Okay, am I clear on this? Have I convinced you even a little bit? Are you seeing the logic behind this?
Yeah, Rajni, basically you're saying that we are not doing it correctly. That's why it causes more damage than
Yes.
it's helping you.
Yes, I'm not saying only that. I'm saying 2 things. I'm saying, one, you're not doing it correct, not you, people, right? I'm saying, one, you may not be doing it correctly because the muscle that you're working is not even activated. It's not working. Second, what I'm saying is that crunches are unnecessary because there are so many other ways to work the abdominal muscles. And out of 35 muscles, if you have worked only on one muscle by doing the crunch, it is creating an imbalance and you're putting your back and neck at risk. That's what I'm saying. Okay, now the disclaimer here when it comes to crunches, and when I first started this journey, there are a lot of trainers who hated me for saying this. but it's grounded in science. Please understand, I'm not saying this because I want to say it. There's a lot of research that has come up and said that, boss, you work your core holistically or you don't work it at all. Okay, don't waste your time and get injured in the process. So many studies will show that deadlifts and crunches are the two major exercises that create a disc prolapse or a disc herniation. Am I saying that you have to stop working on your core, that you have to stop working on your fitness goals? No, I'm saying that look at this logically and see what works for you, and go at it from a science perspective rather than randomly pulling some exercises from here and there and just doing them. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Are we good? Are we on the same page? Questions so far?
What about the activation of the core for doing crunches?
Sorry.
How to do activation of the core before doing crunches? Like,
Yes, there is an exact process. That is step number 1. To working any of the core muscles, activation has to come first. I teach muscle activation separately, and there is a short video on my channel which teaches you muscle activation. And this teaches you how to activate the primary muscles that we need to use in our day-to-day life, especially if you're trying to be fit. So you can look at that video. I will put, you are in the group, so I will put that link to that video. So check that out. But every muscle needs to be separately activated before you can work that muscle, or it's like the foundation of doing anything. Okay, so so that's the myth. Moving on to the next slide. This is basically what I'm talking about, is the risks that you can have if you do not pay attention to the core. Your core is your foundation. It's like that core set of muscles aage piche. Look at this picture, guys. Okay, do you see this picture? Do you see all the muscles in red? These are the muscles that make up the core. Okay, now if you see abdominals, this whole thing, yahan pe there is diaphragm. Diaphragm is your primary breathing muscle. People forget that that is also part of your core. That's why your breathing is so critical when you work on your core exercises. Okay, so this is the front of the body. This is the rectus. Okay, this is your obliques and your transverse. You don't need to know these names. You just need to know that there are so many muscles here that we are working with. Now, look at the back. This is glute max. Lower back. Your lower back is also part of the core, which is completely ignored and not paid attention to at all. And this is the mistake that happens when people work with very biased single exercises for the core. These muscles don't get strong at all. And hence we see so much back pain and knee pain. Back pain, knee pain directly associated with each other. We start working on core and activating a few muscles and the knee pain can go away. Okay, so it's sometimes as powerful as that. Look at the side hip muscles. These are your gluteus medius muscle. So none of these actually people work on when they work on the core. They are working at only the rectus, which is the samnika muscle. Right? So these are all the muscles that by name, you don't need to know this. All you need to know is there are so many of them. Now, just the abdominal muscles, if you see, there are three. There are more. There are deep muscles, but the main ones that we are talking about, ye samne ka muscle, which is the rectus abdominis, upar se, from diaphragm down, it goes. From your rib cage down, it goes. Transverse, which goes like the bottom, the lower abdominals, what we call the obliques, you guys know. Okay, now look at the crunch. This is my problem with the crunch, because what are you doing here? Agar समझो इसमें activate हो भी गया rectus, okay, ये activate हो गया है, but what are you doing? You are overusing your hip flexor. These muscles are also working. You are, because you are lifting your body up, your neck muscles have to work. Something is going to pull you up. If it's not, your rectus is not strong, then something else has to pull you up. That's this. Okay, and now see your spine is going into flexion. Flexion is a movement that your spine doesn't necessarily like, and we already do so much of flexion. Flexion means what? Bending forward. This in essence is bending forward with a lot of compressive forces on the back. So this is my problem with the crunch. And I will give you my disclaimer ek do minute mein. But is this making sense? Put it in the chat. Tell me guys, questions. Tell me, what do you think? Making sense? Yeah. Okay. Now, people who have done my core, I'll tell you my history with what I have taught about bulletproof. I call this bulletproof core and back. I don't say bulletproof core. I say it bulletproof core and back. I call it BBC. I call it that for a reason, because your lower back is, the muscles in the lower back must be strong. They better be strong, because for everything that you need for sitting, for standing, for walking, for running, for cycling, your lower back and your core needs to be strong. So when I taught BBC in a online model, which was in COVID time, I ran so many I ran in a 10 session series, and I did so many different courses. Like I did back to back to back, full COVID. I was doing, some of you are aware, Bindu, I think is here, she's attended. So when I did this, you know, because we did it so scientifically, people kept saying, okay, let's do BBC 2. So BBC 1 is the 10 session program, which I have done primarily online, but now most people are now asking me, can we do this offline? Can we do it in the clinic? Can we do a hybrid model? So I thought, okay, let's plan something out like that. Now, these people who did BBC 1, their foundation of the core is so strong that jab COVID gaya and they started running or getting back into fitness, zero injuries and performance went to another level. Okay, I have people who that time, because it was online, a lot of people from Udaipur, and I think Poonam is not here today. A lot of different people from different pan India were coming in to attend this. And everybody came back to me and said, we are ready for BBC 2. Now, before I do BBC 2, I want to repeat BBC 1, which is what I will tell you about in a little bit. Okay. Now, we know this, that all kinds of things can happen if you don't work on your core. All right. Now, here are the exercises that I dislike. Okay, I want you to look at this and tell me if you do them. Are you doing these exercises? I'm not saying that I don't like them. I'm saying that there are much better exercises that you can be doing for the core. These are not the only ones, but these are the most commonly ones used. And I'll tell you what my problem with these exercises are. Are these the exercises that you use primarily for fitness, for core, for whatever? Yes? Put it in the
Yes,
chat.
some of them, yes. Most of them, basically.
Even deadlift. So, all right, Chandramouli, you are an athlete. Now, here's my disclaimer. My disclaimer is, if you are an athlete for years together, you have worked on your core already, you are already decently strong to begin with, and now you are doing crunches and these exercises, it's fine. Okay. My problem is with people who newly want to get fit, or for years they've been doing the wrong exercises. Their core is not already strong. How do you know your core is strong, by the way? Somebody has to assess you. You don't know whether your core is strong or not unless you get an assessment done. A sports physio, like we do fitness assessments in the clinic all the time, and they are severely lacking. Core to kisi ka strong nahi hota hai. And people come in and say, no, we do thousands of crunches, we do deadlift, तो itna utha lete hain, deadlift में बहुत अच्छा core है, strong है. When I check it, then they get surprised. Okay, so my disclaimer, you got my disclaimer? If you are already decently strong with, if you've gotten an assessment done, if your physio has told you that your core is strong, by all means do this. No problem, go for it. Okay. But if you haven't done that, then please understand that these exercises might be doing you more harm than good. So let me tell you each one of these quickly. Squats. Squats mein, who does squats with their abdominals tight and their glute muscles really engaged, or you're doing squats looking at other people and aaram se kar rahe ho, ha kar liya, khatam ho gaya. Did you go through the movement? Did your joints, what joints are moving? Your lower back, your hip, your knee, your ankle, all the joints are moving, going up and down. Did the movements happen in the joint, or did the muscles actually do some work? Okay, most of the time people are doing the motions, nothing is activated to begin with. Abdominal muscles activate nahi hai, they are not constantly engaged. Glute muscles are not constantly engaged when you are coming back up. Compensations are happening. Let me tell you, squats mein compensations, huge compensations are happening, and nobody is paying attention to this. What is the compensation? You're doing a squat. Say you have an injury on the right knee. When you do a squat, what do? You weight shift slightly. You don't even know that you're doing this. So what ends up happening? Your left leg keeps getting stronger. You're using your quad more than you're using your glutes. And you think that you're doing squats for the glutes. The glutes have done no work. And you are perpetuating this compensation by doing right versus left. एक साइड स्ट्रांग होता चला जाएगा और एक साइड वीक ही रहेगा. जो वीक है वो वीक ही रहेगा. Okay, does that make sense? We do have these subconscious patterns that we use over and over and over. And this is why when you are doing these exercises, a coach better watch you, a physio better watch you, or you look at yourself in the full length mirror. You better know the exact form to do it, what muscles are supposed to be engaged. You keep them activated, you activate them before, and then you do it the right way. Are you getting me? Are you with me on the squats? Squats are favorite exercises of everybody. Okay, and it's completely okay to do it. What I'm saying is that please understand that this is what might be happening and do it the right way. Are you with me? Give me yes if you understood about the squat, then I'll go on to the next one. Yes. Good. Thank you guys. So I don't want to turn you off any of these exercises. Please understand this is not my intention. If you are going through systematic coaching and this is happening, it's fine. You just make sure that you're doing your activations. You make sure that you're doing them the right way so that you're not creating these compensations and you're not abusing or injuring your lower back or your neck. You do them carefully. Okay, you know what is right for your body. Nobody else knows that. The second exercise is lunges. Exactly the same funda, squats. I find that people, when they do squats and lunges, their quadricep, the thigh muscles keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, if your trainer is smart, then they will change the angle thoda sa ki glutes pe zyada aayega. Okay, so figure out what is that angle, how to do it so that glutes work. Otherwise, only quads are working. Do we need to work the quads so much? Bulk chahiye, tone chahiye, yes, but we need to work the big muscles. We need to work the core. The core is what? Your glute max, your abdominals, your gluteus medius. All these muscles need to get stronger, not the quad. Pay attention next time when you're doing squats and lunges. Where do you get sore? Soreness kidhar aaya next day? Did it come in the glutes? Did it come in the abdomen? Did it come in the quad? Thigh muscles, na? Squats mein. Where did you get the soreness? That's an indicator which is the muscle that worked. That's exactly what soreness tells you, right? The muscle that has worked has this physiological response of DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. So thigh pe aata hai sab. If your glute max and your glute medius and your abdominal muscles got sore after doing squats, then I kudos to you. That means you've done them right. Okay, so the next time you do it, pay attention. Now, planks. Planks are great. I think planks are definitely a good way to do it. However, a regular plank, which is elbow plank, or hand plank, whichever it is, if your body is even dipped a little bit, so your pelvis is not in neutral, which I see people doing planks with their hips really high, usme full load is coming on the shoulders and on the feet. So again, your core is not really working. And I find plank mein hips are dipped too low. Again, same thing, your lower back is taking all the strain, and that's not going to help either. So you need to be really nice form. But again, when you're doing a core plank, are your abdominal muscles activated before? Are your glute max, glute medius activated before you did the plank? If not, only your shoulders are working, only your thigh muscles are working, only your knees are working. Okay, the abdominal muscles to tight bhi nahi hoga shayad. Okay, think about it. The next time you do plank, most people are doing it wrong. So crunches, I've already told you. Deadlift, somebody asked me about deadlift. Again, I know people, athletes who runners, athletes, people who've been going to the gym, they've been doing deadlifts for years together, and they are totally fine because they have decent core to begin with. If that's you, by all means, keep doing it. If not, deadlift is one of those exercises that can go wrong very fast. If somebody is not watching you like a hawk, a trained person, a coach, a physio, whoever, somebody is watching you and your form is impeccable, then you're fine. And make sure you don't load the deadlift very fast. So make sure you are, then it's fine. Otherwise, it's not really working on the core again. Your thighs are working. Okay. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Now, when I look at, when we work with the core, there are a lot of things that come into the picture. The muscles above and below the core muscles, the picture, remember the picture that I showed you? All the muscles above and below are going to affect the core. If this slide ka, if all this exists or it's not taken care of, then your core will not be able to fully gain its potential, because it's going to definitely, these areas are going to hold it back. So when I teach you core, I'm going to open up your hip, your thoracolumbar flexibility will needs to open up. If there are trigger points, those need to open up. You will do foam rolling, you will do trigger point releases. Open up the areas first, then work on your core, and it becomes effortless to work on your core. Okay. So yeah, so there are a lot of tests that can be done in order to check the core. These are just some of them. This is like my ultimate test that I had put together. And when I was doing my online series, I had people take videos of them doing this before we started the core sessions, and then after, and there was like a dramatic difference in how people did this. Okay, now there are a lot of exercises that I like. However, let me tell you about the core. So the program that I call BBC, Bulletproof Back and Core, focuses on each of these 35 muscles individually. I never start with the abdominal muscles. The abdominal muscles need to be worked on last. Okay. So the way it goes, we first work with opening structures that are going to help the core get strong. Then we work with then we are going to work with gluteus medius, because that is a stability exercise. That is a stability muscle. If that's not strong, then none of the core is going to get strong easily. Then we go to gluteus maximus, then we do lower back, then we come to the abdominal muscles, and then we do level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2 of each of those series. Then we get to the plank series, and then we do compound exercises. Okay, so it's a very step by step program. It's a 10 session program. Now, what I want to know from you guys is that right now, do you have a structured way of working on your core? Do you feel, from listening to this, do you feel that what you're doing right now is a structured way of working on the core, or do you feel it's a little bit random? You may not be doing it like it is scientifically supposed to happen. What do you think? I just want to know from you guys.
Mostly random.
Mostly random. Yeah, sometimes we just pick ye kar liya, wo kar liya, and we think that our job is done, right? But even if we have short little time, we need to do focused and not random. Nah, random doesn't help. It's like it's placebo. हमको लगता है हमने exercise किया तो we feel nice. Oh, I've done something for my fitness, but it's not really helping you in the long run. It might be helping your mobility, but you did not really work on your core. Okay, so um, let me hear from you guys again. Now, if you think that they are random, um, do you think that working on it systematically, say if you did these 10 sessions, each one working on single and then building it together, do you think that this is something that you would be interested in? Because I haven't really put it all together yet. I want to hear from you guys. Is this something
Definitely, yes.
that you would like to know more about? How it's done, what is the process that it's done. I've explained a little bit of the process with you, but we can discuss it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
people are interested. Now, one more thing, please tell me. My previous Bulletproof BBC programs were all online, and the way I taught it, these are I teach you about the core. There's theory, obviously, but then we also do exercises together. You do them with me, and you make sure that each program, it's all in bite size. So each video is not more than 5 to 6 minutes, but by the time you finish that, it's like your core is burning. Okay, and different areas of the core is burning. So what I want to know from you guys is that, are you interested in an offline model, which is in my clinic in Shivaji Park, and we can also do a Sunday if you guys want? Or do you want fully online, virtual? Or do you want a hybrid model where you work with me, I give you a program to do, and you do it on your own, and then offline, virtual, and then you come meet me on Sunday or one day in the clinic and you do it with me there. So what is it that you would prefer? Do you prefer a fully online, fully offline, or do you prefer a hybrid? Before I plan this, I would like to know hybrid. Some of you are saying hybrid, online only. Okay.
Fully offline. Fully
Fully
offline.
offline. Thank you, Anil. अब तक किसी ने ऑफलाइन बोला ही नहीं,
Yeah.
यार क्लिनिक तो आओ.
Yeah,
No,
offline.
with lunch, huh? Rajni, with
So
lunch.
much fun. Offline is so much fun. I can check. Hi, and vada pav. Anil,
Yes. Yes, done from my side.
Chura vada pav.
Kirti College, na?
For everyone. For everyone.
For everyone, yes. One Sunday we do the opening
Okay.
session on a Sunday, and we will all have vada pav. Treat of Anil, by the way. अभी
Yes.
verify कर रही हूँ.
Now you have to tell me how
Offline
much
surely
discount you are
works.
giving.
I think Rajni, online it is difficult for you to assess whether we are doing properly.
Absolutely.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
hybrid is also okay. You train once and then we come back and see whether we are doing it correctly. But only online, I don't know. It's not very good idea.
So I will tell you my online. I will put you in touch with some of my online people, and they really thought that it helped. However, तभी तो choice ही नहीं था हमारे पास, ना? वो अभी तो choice है. Now there is a choice that you can make the trip down to the clinic and you can do an offline. But people who did all online, trust me, when I saw them later in the clinic for whatever reason, their core was still strong because they worked on it properly. But I agree that that little bit, if I check, it's definitely way more useful. So
See, online would be great for people who it's difficult to come to the clinic. I mean, at least give us that option, because for some people it's just not possible to come.
Of course. And I don't usually work on Sundays, except for these workshops that I do them on Sundays. But come 2023, I've thought in order to you know, a lot of people are free on Sunday. So I have thought ki just for the BBC, we can probably have like one session in the clinic on a Sunday. So that's also a possibility. I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm just saying that I'm thinking about it. But of course, people who are
Rajni,
not.
just a quick question, Doc. Doc, what you're
Yeah.
saying is just one session, is it? Or is it more than one
No,
session?
no,
If it is
no.
offline.
It's 12 sessions to be
Correct, correct.
so
Which
there
I
are
didn't know, which is why
two.
I asked you. Okay.
Yeah, these it's not one session. One session में कुछ नहीं होता है
So
ना.
I thought. Correct, correct. That's why I asked a question.
The
I probably
minimum.
missed it.
Yeah, so 10 to 12 sessions is minimum. इसमें you're going to start activating the muscles. Muscles will finally start to work. I will check and make sure that you are good to go. And then I will give you a plan how to put this in your daily routine. And of course, if you're a runner, if you're a cyclist, if you are an athlete, then we can tweak it a little bit based on what your needs are. So that's where the one-to-one model works really well. So yeah, so my online model is actually completely ready. So people who are wanting to do hybrid, people who are wanting to do only online, it can go immediately. People who want to do only offline, you will have to make an appointment to come see me in the clinic. We'll start with an assessment and then we'll get you started. So that's how it will work. Online only. Okay. So I'm seeing getting a lot of responses. Let's do it this way, guys. What I'll do in the group, I will put like a poll or a form, and in that you can tell me your details and then which model you are preferring, and then we'll get on a call. And then we will figure that for you. Okay. Now, when you are coming to the clinic, when it's offline, it will be one-to-one. This is a good question. Because there will be assessment and there will be one physio, it will be me, my team, who will be helping you with each of those exercises. So it will be quite one-to-one. On an online model, you will be in a WhatsApp group with all of you who have done, and then I will guide you one-to-one. Obviously, I'm there in the group to help you there because it's virtual. You will get these videos that you will have to do, and I will check your form and things like that. Okay, so plus if you're doing hybrid, then you come to the clinic, or on a Sunday we do a Zoom call where we discuss what you've done and things like that. So I will see your form because at the end of the day I will need to see what you're doing also. So that's your question about online one-to-one versus group. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So so what is the one takeaway that you guys have from this particular session? One takeaway, please.
Yeah, I have one query.
Yes.
Actually, this lithosis is curable.
Sorry, listhesis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, there is some we can say vertebra displacement, no, not this.
Yeah. So
it's
listhesis is basically where the vertebra has actually moved. Now,
Yeah.
grade 1, grade 2, it actually needs your core to be strong, and you better do it the right way, because otherwise it can get messed up. Okay, it can
Okay.
actually make it worse. But listhesis can be cured. Now, grade 3 is like a severe one.
It's up to grade 1 and grade 2 now only. Actually, I checked.
Totally. Core is where you need to start. Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And somebody, you guys are asking me about the cost. So cost will depend on offline, only online, and hybrid. So the cost will differ, right? So I will tell you that cost once you tell me what your preference is, and then you can take a call. We'll get on a call and we'll figure this together. Takeaway, Tarun, core is not just abs, it's a group of 35 muscles. Yes. What are the other takeaways I want to know from you guys? You can put it in the chat or tell me. Just
That
unmute and tell me.
lithosis is curable, that you told me. Otherwise, most of the physio told me it's not curable. Like you have to develop, or like your back muscle should be strong for that. That's it. But it's not curable.
Of course, it's curable. Pain will completely go away.
Okay.
If your
It's
core is
not
strong,
lazy.
you're avoiding all possible injuries.
All possible back issues. Yes, listhesis, herniations, everything can be prevented. And like I said, knee and back is so much interconnected that working on the core, even recent onset knee pain goes away. Activating muscles first. It's not too late to start. I'm so glad that you guys have taken away these things, because these things are exactly what I was hoping that would get through to you. Any other takeaways, guys?
Your running performance will increase definitely for sure.
Running performance will go through the roof. Totally.
Yes.
And effortless. It's about enjoying the run.
Yes, that is what is required.
That is what is needed. Correct. Core exercise to be done after activation only. Correct.
And any idea like how many sittings are required to cure that lithosis?
I have to check. Are you in Mumbai?
Yeah, I'm in Mumbai, New Mumbai.
New Mumbai. So come one of the Saturday, Sunday, come. Let me check it out and tell you.
Okay.
Anand, what was that? Free lunch khatam, now we pay. Yeah, exactly. So gyan khatam ho gaya. This is what I needed for you to know. See, whether or not you do it with me, I would much rather you know this information and then you do the core exercises in the right way instead of doing all random stuff here and there. Okay. I'm not saying that you have to do it with me itself. Whatever you're doing, just do it a little bit more consciously. That's all that I want.
No, sorry, pulling your leg, but yes, in all seriousness, time to get to action. And we give you a call and get in there.
Yes, yes. So because why I've timed it also just now, because at the starting of the year, people jump on fitness and get injured. You'll not believe the number of injuries that come in the first Jan Feb May, sub gym related injuries, sub fitness related injuries. That's why I thought ye Shri Ganesh abhi karna barabar hai, so that at least people have a strong core, and then whatever you do, you're good for life. Your foundation is taken care of, right? So that was my intention behind it. So thank you so much, guys, for attending this session. We will be in touch. It will start very soon. I want to roll it out from next week onwards. But first, I need to know what you guys are interested in. Some of my current patients have already started on it because I know where they are in the part of rehab. So once their physio is done, then I get them started on a core program right away. So we can start it as soon as possible. But first, you and I will have a chat about it. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. This is always fun. I do a lot of these 12 noon sessions. So definitely join me in the next ones. Also, if you're not in my forum, join my forum so that you know when these things happen. I do a lot of free stuff, but I also do some paid stuff. So whatever you're interested in, come join, be a part of my community. And I am always looking for topics that you are interested in knowing, right? Because knowledge always helps. So whatever is the topic that you are struggling with, I want to know more about this. Iska kya ho sakta hai? Give me the topic and I will design a workshop for you. Okay. So having said that, can we take a selfie? Anil, selfie lo na. Photo lo, photo. Let's put our videos on so we can take a nice picture. So I can see your faces also. You've been looking at my face. I've not seen your face. Okay, awesome. Anand, where are you going? You're in the car.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all videos.
I had to step out, sir.
No problem. I know. Awesome, awesome. Most videos are on. Hi, Bindu. You've been very quiet.
I was doing cooking simultaneously.
Multitasking.
Sunday time, yeah.
Multitasking चालू ही रहता है अपना.
Yeah.
I know. Awesome. Good. Chalo, who is taking a picture? Take a picture. How should we pose? We'll do this. Bicep दिखाओ सब लोग.
मेरे को bugs दो उसमें.
बाइसेप को भी बना नहीं है.
अभी बनाने के बाद लेंगे. नहीं अभी ले लेते हैं. फ्री वाला ले लेते हैं.
कैसे दिखेगा?
चलो show me a bicep and then somebody take a picture because I'm not taking a picture. I'm very bad at this.
No, unless you have a large laptop on which you are taking, you'll see multiple screens.
Ah,
So
who
I-
is Hey Baba? I'm not a tech person. I'm a doctor. So
Somebody is taking a
savvy, please
screenshot.
take a
Somebody is
picture.
taking a screenshot. Then it's possible on a
I
lappy.
took few.
Who
I
is
took few
taking
screenshots.
volunteer?
I'll share.
You took? You took? Chalo, theek hai. Good. This is done.
Rajni,
Yes.
Rajni,
Huh.
this session has helped my wife also.
What?
This session has helped my wife also. See what we are doing. I was peeling off all the butters from the peas.
Oh my God.
Simultaneously, I was listening.
Anil, you are also multitasking. Good to see. Good to see. Awesome. Awesome.
Sorry, what was that?
हाँ, वो मटर छील रहा है मदद कर रहा है
क्या
वाइफ
करो? तो my wife she says, अरे
हेलो
सुन रहे
पूरा
हो ना तो ये भी
अटेंशन
काम
मुझे
करो
देना
साथ
था
में.
ना पूरा अटेंशन मुझे देने का था ना
I gave you, no? I was answering a lot of questions.
yes you did.
All my focus was on you only.
thank you Anil.
वो तो
Alright,
automatic
guys.
होता रहता है because I do that very frequently.
I know chalo I'll let you get on with your Sunday guys have a
Okay.
great Sunday have a good rest of the weekend and we
Thanks a
will
lot.
connect further
Thank you.
more questions in the group if I can help you in any other way just be just communicate in the group more yeah see you
Thank you.
so much.
Bye.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks for the
Bye.
call.
Bye
Thanks for the
bye.
call.
Thank you.
Bye.